Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and Uber has just suffered the biggest blow of their young career since a few days ago when they were going to trial and their case was referred to the U.S. Attorney for investigation. Yeah, so anyway, Waymo, which is aka Google, that's their subsidy of Google, and so they're basically Google, has announced that they are teaming up with Lyft to develop the self-driving cars. Yeah. Now, interestingly, that's the headline. If you read a little closer into the story, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because here's the thing. The articles, and I've read 3 of them at this point, have all pretty much stated that Lyft does not have the resources to make autonomous vehicles. For that matter, they're not really interested in developing them themselves. For a while, they were partnered with General Motors, but General Motors bought another ride-sharing company, and chances are they want to, basically invest in their own thing. So what Waymo is doing is they have basically partnered with Lyft. They are going to infuse Lyft with some cash. How much, I don't know. When that information becomes available, I'm sure someone will comment below. And basically, when it's time for Waymo self-driving cars to hit the road, they can be summoned through the Lyft app. Now, of course, now you have to I'm looking at this. And I am still a firm believer that these autonomous vehicles are nowhere near complete and they're nowhere near ready for prime time. And you know what? I think Google deep down kind of knows that too. They kind of know that too because they're making a deal with a partner to deliver cars that they don't have ready yet. I mean, they say optimistically, oh, they'll be ready in a couple of years. They don't know for sure. So the question is, why are they doing this? Well, I think it's to publicly embarrass Uber, for starters, because they're not only suing Uber, but they are now infusing cash and money into Uber's biggest competitor, their bitter rival. And here's the thing, Google can pump a lot of money into Lyft. It's going to be nearly impossible for Uber to price Lyft out of business at this point. This is one of the reasons the rates have been going so low. Uber set up from the beginning to kill Lyft. They wanted to kill Lyft, and that's why we saw ever decreasing rates until Uber could no longer do it anymore, and it didn't work. Now, you'd have hoped Uber would have realized that at some point, but it didn't take. Now, Lyft is not only running a profitable business, they have a cash infusion from one of the richest companies in the world. Uber can't kill Lyft. That ideal, that dream of killing Lyft, it's dead. It's dead. Travis Kalanick needs to stick a knife in that idea, move on. It's over. It's absolutely over. So that's basically why Waymo's doing it. They're doing it to publicly humiliate Uber. And hey, Uber thinks that they can just price people and walk all over everyone out of business. Well, hey, we'll put some money into Lyft. Can't touch Lyft now. And we'll have the bonus where if Lyft does end up becoming the only rideshare app out there, because Uber could very well be gone in a year. Like I actually, several months ago, in one of my earlier videos, I forgot which one, I said, yeah, 2 years, Uber's probably gone if they don't change. I'm downgrading that to 1 year. I'm downgrading to 1 year, maybe even less. It's really, really bad, guys. As Uberman said in one of his videos, they're getting punched and punched and punched, and they're going to have a knockout blow soon. They can't keep up. I don't know if this is the knockout blow, but you know what? This is a critical blow, because this basically means Uber has to come to a realization that, hey, we can't win this one. We cannot win this one. And you know what? The only thing we can do now is make more money, and the rates will have to go up. And in some markets, the rates have gone up, although, of course, most drivers have only received a raise of 5 cents per mile. I'll try not to get too excited about that. So it's bad. And here's the really interesting thing. This is going to make a great movie one day. This is going to be a great movie because I don't know how many people here are watching this channel know this, but technically my day job is I'm a film critic. I write reviews and I sell books. And YouTube has been bringing in more money, but film is my passion. And the funny thing is, I might start writing a screenplay about this. I might start doing the research and writing a screenplay because this would make a great movie. Especially when you consider the fact that Google was one of the original investors in Uber. Google was an original investor in Uber, and what are they doing now? They're suing Uber, and they have just ensured that Uber's bitter rival Lyft will not be going out of business anytime soon. I mean, this is the pure definition of reality is more interesting than fiction, which I already knew that because I saw Hoop Dreams. And if, by the way, side note, completely off the record, if you haven't seen Hoop Dreams, that's probably one of the best movies you're going to see of all time. Just trust me. Even though it's a 3-hour documentary, it's worth your time. But anyway, so reality is more interesting than fiction. And and the trial hasn't even started yet. Holy cow, the trial hasn't started yet. Before the trial begins, the U.S. attorney could still decide to prosecute Uber and investigate them. The U.S. Justice Department could find Uber guilty for the Grayball program. These class action lawsuits, they're not going away. Uber has to settle, including the big one about the employment status. Like, that got rejected by the judge. It has to go back to the table. Might be way more expensive, and Uber might not be able to pay for it this time. It's... Hey, Travis Kalanick, you know what would have been really useful right now? To be on the business advisory board for the Trump administration. You'd have some power there. But, nah, now you're not. You have no protection of the U.S. government, and the U.S. government is now investigating you. And who's at that table instead? The Lyft board members. This is just... It's like a B movie. It's like a B movie horror show. This is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So anyway, what do you folks think about this news? Do you think this is the knockout blow for Uber, or do you think there's just one or two more punches coming before Uber officially has to wake up and smell the roses? I would love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. If you like the videos that I make, consider becoming a Patreon. It would be much appreciated. Thank you, and have a good day.